Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are picking up halfway through the 2-day bad tide. We're going to be fine. There's some bits and pieces that we are still working on. We have got, if we drop down the levels here, we have got this tunnel set up, and I'm going to need to drain this ideally before we open it up and let it through our normal water channel, because as you can see it is contaminated. Not hugely, but there is contamination there. I'm a little nervous because obviously we do have it wide open there. It shouldn't overflow. What I am going to do is I'm going to just make sure there's nothing in that tunnel for anyone to come and pick up. We'll get rid of all that path and we'll get rid of those stairs. There we go. Right, let's just open this up and see what happens. Yep, we are flooding. Okay, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That back pressure was not good. All right. Well, hopefully all of this will drain quickly enough so as not to kill everything. It looks like it is. That's good. So that is going to flow down into here. But again, it is hopefully diluted enough not to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is what I said I was going to do in the first place. Oops. We'll bring that path back to there. And we will chuck in a levee right there to seal that off. We'll pop that on a high priority. Hopefully that will get done. Yeah, not ideal, but it is what it is. Up here, we are digging our tunnel in through the top of this water source here. And we are also, again, if we drop it right down, digging out our tunnel at the bottom as well. This is currently flooded with fresh water, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's what we need to focus on there. We've got our zip lines set up, so it looks like people are moving along them and doing all the work. You can see we've got them here. It looks like they're moving along that zip line down there to continue these tunnels as well. So hopefully they'll be done relatively quickly, and then we can figure out how to set that up. Yeah, let's have a look now. What's happening in this tunnel? It looks like that's going to be building up to pressure again. All right, we are still waiting for logs, still waiting for beavers. Right, we'll get that done and then we'll flush that little section out until the fresh water returns. Okay, in terms of everything else, we're doing pretty well. We are making maple pastries, but again, they're one of the ones that get eaten almost immediately. It looks like the only one that is making maple pastries is the one that's making maple pastries is the only bakery that's actually doing anything. We have 61 maple syrup. That's all we have. I'll tell you what, I'm going to switch that one over to maple pastries as well, so we can get that working. Hopefully give ourselves a little bit of a boost to those. Okay. Everything else is going all right. We do want to eventually come up here and sort these water sources out so they stop spewing bad water everywhere. And we also want to come down here. I have set this up so we've got sluices on top. And I want to sort this out and get some power in this channel here. And what I could do is dynamite all of that, have that 4 wide, and put 2 wheels across, or narrow it down to 2 wide, so we'll get more power for each wheel. Difficult to know which way is the best way to do that. But everything else is going okay. Obviously, we've got plenty of water in all of our little sections. We're only drawing from this main one here. We've got 3 water pumps down here doing that. I'll say we could turn these back on, but there's not a lot of point at this point. Yeah, I can't speak today. You may have noticed. Right, our sluice is good in there. So that's now all shut off. So let's just open all of these and get this bad water flushed out. It shouldn't go anywhere else. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere else, although we are getting contamination through here. So a contamination barrier just on that spot there might not be the worst idea, although it looks like it's already faded back. No, we might be okay. We just want to get all of this out of the bag. Doesn't look like there's any flooding or anything down here, so it looks like this channel is wide enough to take both outputs of bad water, so that's good. Let's spin on till the morning and the end of the bad tide. There we go. Easy life. No problem at all. So what we need to do is obviously wait until this water has cleared, and it shouldn't take too long. In fact, it's already done. So, I mean, pretty much done. So let's drop those down to 0.85 and we'll just close up those sluices for the moment. Actually, we'll bring those up to, yeah, 1.65 is probably okay. Right, how's everything else going? Right, that should feed through there and clear that contamination. We can turn on these water pumps. They may be restricted for a moment because there is contamination in that water. Not a lot of point in turning this one on, but we'll do it in preparation. There we go. The water has started to flow, so that should flush that bad water out of there. Okay. This is all starting to clear, so as soon as it's got down to these floodgates, we can switch those over. Thank you, autosave. Yeah, we just need to get all of this finished, basically, and then we can figure out how we're going to arrange things. There we go. The bad water has been forced out through here, so it's coming into this reservoir here. It will be so dilute that it's not going to cause any problems down here. I have set our floodgates to the level that I think we need them at. He says, just double checking. That should be okay. I'll keep an eye on that, make sure we don't get too much flooding, but we should be all right. The water is now coming down this channel here, so I've swapped over those floodgates. Right. Now then, we're just waiting for all of this tunnelling to be done, I think. Yeah, it looks like there's still some tunnelling going on. So, I will spin on. We've only got one more left to do there. I'm a little bit reticent about demolishing these in case we get bad water flowing back in. Yeah. I guess we'll be all right. Let's get rid of these platforms there. And then let's just high prioritize all of this rubble and get that cleared. I might wait until we have a drought before I do that last little bit there. I also... Oops. I also might put the sluices in... Actually, I suppose I could put the sluices in up here, couldn't I? Replace that with a sluice. We do need to get rid of the bad water there. Oh, tricky. Very tricky. Not sure how we're going to do this without contaminating some beavers. How are we doing up here? Oops. Yeah, not too bad. All right, let's get rid of these platforms as well. And we're already at the end of the day. What are we waiting for? Builders and extract. We have plenty of extract, so that's not a problem. Looks like you're bringing that extract now, aren't you? There you go. Well done. Who are you? Colivux. Well done, Colivux. Go sleep. Right, what's wrong with you? You're flooded. Yep. Yep, that makes sense. Is the water receding? Yeah, sort of. Let's drop this down a little bit more. See if that helps. Now we have another flooded building. What's flooded up here? Oh, we got a little bit of flooding around here. That's all right. Okay. That should sort itself out. Looks like the flooding's receded down here, so that's okay. Yeah, we're all right. Okay. Right then. I will spin on for a couple of days and we'll get these explosives sorted out up here and start this area off. We are going to want to move this zipline eventually because we want to drop all of this section down into a kind of big open pit. We only have a single water source here. If we drop it right down again. There we are. We only have one water source. So it may be that that's not going to be enough to fill a big pit. But we'll have to see how that goes. We'll start by just filling this little area and seeing what happens. Apparently zipline stations are fine working underwater. Whether that's true or not, I guess we'll find out. Okay. Okay, yes. I will spin on for a couple of days then. Food and water-wise, it looks like we're doing okay for the moment. We're running low on maple syrup. We still don't have any spare maple pastries by the looks of it. So even with 2 bakeries working on it, they go almost immediately. So I'm going to switch this one back to bread. Yeah. Okay. I'll spin on. Okay, start of day 6. We are making progress. As you can see, we are slowly tunnelling in through here. We've just got these 2 to do, and then we need to figure out a way to get all this sorted. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do that, honestly. Yeah, see, opening that up again is going to cause exactly the same problem. Tricky. We'll have a think about that. We'll wait until all of this is done. We've still got over here. I say over here, I'm entirely lost now. There we are. Still waiting for these sluices to be built. I mean, I don't know what our builders are doing, but it's clearly not, you know, work. Yeah, really don't know what they're doing. They're just not getting anything done at the moment. So I might need to put in another builder's hut. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea, would it? Not quite sure where we'd put it. There's not a huge amount of available space around. We've got one down here. And maybe one up here would be better? I don't know. Well, we'll leave it for the moment. Looks like they finally decided to get their little beavery butts into gear. Yeah. See, down here I could stick a couple of sluices in there and then demolish that behind it. Wait till all the beavers are out of the way and then open it up and let it just flood through here again. I'm not sure why we've got water in this section still. I would have thought that would have evaporated by now. Never mind. Never mind, unless it sort of overflowed from here, but I didn't notice it doing that. Anyway, looks like we might be very close to getting all of this done. We have got this done. All right, let's get those out of the way. Yeah, I think no matter what happens, we're going to have some problems with overflowing contamination up there unless we get this out of the way first. So that's probably the best bet, isn't it? How to do this. All right, I'm going to... What am I going to do? Let's... Okay, demolishing that shouldn't allow any bad water to flow in. Shouldn't. So let's put those in there and open that up. So now they should be working on these sluices over here, but again, not a lot of work going on. Where are all our builders? What are they doing? Thank you, autosave. Genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know. Where are you? What are you doing? Absolutely nothing. Girisha, you're doing... Oh, you're moving planks around, are you? Okay. Where are you taking them? Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what we're doing. Completely forgotten I'd put that brazier of bonding in. Completely forgot that. All right. Well, no, fair enough. Fair enough, builders. You carry on. I am going to put in another builder's hut, though. Where am I going to put in another builder's hut? How about up here? Just in there like that. We'll bring the path straight to the door. Like so. And we'll pop that on a priority so it gets done first. Okay, right. What are we on? Day 6. Let's spin on for a few days and see how things go. Okay, the finishing touch is being put to this brazier of bonding, hopefully. We are rapidly approaching the end of the day, so I don't know if this beaver is going to actually be able to do it. Oh no, there we go. The brazier of bonding is complete. That should give us a nice little boost to our well-being. In theory. What are we looking at? We've got 5 unemployed, 3 children, 3 spare beds. We might need some more housing fairly soon. We'll leave it for the moment. Wait until this building work is all done. We've got our new builder's hut in up here, right next to a zipline station, so that should help. We've got the first of our sluices in down here, which is nice. Where are we? Up here. Still done nothing. Down here we are putting in the explosives. For here we are waiting for planks. That's all the planks for that one. All the planks for that one. So in the morning we should get a couple of builders down here. There we go. That jumped up 2 points. That's nice. Yeah, so we should get 3 points. We should get builders down here first thing in the morning to get those explosives laid in. Open that up and then hopefully there'll be no splashback of bad water. Hopefully. Good lord, that's really helping their well-being, isn't it? Nice. All right. Good stuff. Oh, and it also affects the Lido/Lido, the contemplation spots and the Agora here, as well as the medical beds, the contemplation spot. It's just climbing and climbing. And the campfire up here. So maybe a few more bits and pieces of well-being around this area would be helpful. Yeah, maybe. We don't have any, what are they called? Rooftop terraces in range of that, do we? No. All right. All right. That would work. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's get ourselves a couple of bits of dynamite there, and then we'll stick overhangs across here and stick ourselves... In fact, we only need 2 wide, but we'll stick them on 3 wide. And we'll stick ourselves a rooftop terrace on overhangs up here. Yeah, 3 wide. 550 science. We have 18,000. We're probably okay. Right, let's spin on. Okay. We have demolished this and we are getting bad water flowing back into this tunnel. So, I think the best way of dealing with that is just demolish this. Because then the water will flow out of here. And hopefully push all that bad water out. Now some of that is going to flood up through this tunnel, as we can see. But the fresh water coming out of that water source should dilute this enough for it not to be a problem. There we go. Looks like it's diluting fairly well. So we can come in here and stick ourselves a levee in there. And hopefully we won't get any contaminated beavers as a result. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. But that will hopefully close that off and we'll be able to use that as our exit valve for bad water. Up here, we are all set to do the next section. And since there's no water here now, we can probably get that done. Again, we'll probably only need one. So we'll just stick one in there. And then we'll stick a sluice in that spot there. Yeah, we won't be able to get rid of this one here, this tile here, because there's no tile underneath it to support the platforms that are needed. Okay, well that's happening. Looks like the bad water's vanished from down here. That's good. What's our tunnel looking like? Pretty clear. All right. This is now being built. That's good. We're just waiting for planks. There's 4 of them. And looks like the last one's coming in here now. We're going to set this to close so that fills up. Okay. That's all right. What's occurring up here? That's being built. What are we waiting for? Extract, and there's the extract, so this should go any second now. There we go. We'll get rid of that platform. Like so. And we'll stick a sluice in there as well. Okay. That's that. Right. Over here we've completed our sluices on this section. So I am going to have that center one opened. We're not going to synchronize. You are going to be closed. You are going to be closed. And then these 3 are all going to close as well. Yeah, so we've just got that central one open. So that will limit the flow to 2.2 cubic meters per second, which should allow this to fill a little bit, and we'll see exactly how much that fills. And then we'll line this with power wheels. I still haven't decided whether we're going to close it off or open it up. We'll have to see. That is filling, just very slowly. Alright, we'll have to see how that works. Everything else seems to be going okay. Right. Good, good, good. Everything's great. Food-wise, yeah, still no maple pastries. We do have some maple syrup. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're about 6 days away from the next, or the start of the next harvest of that. It looks like we're managing to keep up with the production of maple pastries, at least. So that's good. All right. Everything is fine. Everything's going well. Over here, we've got our explosives in. And our little overhangs here. So let's set these off. There we go. And we'll stick in another couple of those. And on top of that, we'll get ourselves a rooftop terrace like that. And we'll bring the path across there. And we can stick in a shrub and a lantern on that as well. Okay. Everything seems to be going reasonably well. So let's spin on and wait for them to build those last few bits. Start of day 11 then. I've marked all of these dead trees to be cut down. So we can clear this space and start preparing it for explosives. As you can see, it is starting to fill with water. It's not rising particularly quickly. I'm not entirely sure it's rising at all, but at least there is water there. And if we drop this down, it can start to flow into a lower area. We do have this zipline station that I don't know if we're going to move or not. We might just leave this on a platform here. Maybe. Don't know. We'll have to think about that. But we're going to clear this area and then lay in explosives. That one is marked to be destroyed. That's fine. So we'll open this area up a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is actually going to fill. We'll keep an eye on it, but that might be the maximum level we're going to get out of it. Over here, this is filling just incredibly slowly. So it looks like more than 2.2 2.2 cubic meters per second is coming out of there. So if we open this one as well, there we go. Let's see if this actually continues rising or starts. It's going to start dropping. Yeah, it's dropping quite rapidly as well. All right. So we're not going to be able to get any kind of equilibrium through here, are we? No. That's unfortunate. And there's no way of adjusting that so that we get less flow through there. How rapidly is that dropping? Not that rapidly. In fact, it might actually still be rising. We'll keep an eye on that. No, that is definitely dropping, isn't it? I think, just slowly. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll leave the two open, and we'll see how that does. Okay, we were briefly at a well-being high score of 40, which is nice. We've dropped back down to 38. We do have one beaver that spent too much time in bad water. It's fine. There's plenty of antidote for them when they do get sick. I have removed the steps down into this little section here. If we drop all that down. Yeah, I've removed the steps there because this is filling with bad water, or at least bad water is flowing back into this area. I could put sluices down this end as well, but I don't think it's strictly necessary at this point. We might want to do something about it because obviously the contamination is spreading. But we might wait until we have a drought before we start messing around with that anymore. Over here, this isn't filling at all. Why not? Why is this not filling? Possibly because that's closed. Let's open that and see what happens. We get a sudden rush of water through here. A big rush of water. Okay, so that's filled that. This is still operational, apparently. That's fine. All right. Okay. No, that's a good thing. Let's start widening this area then. We'll bring all of this down to this level. And we'll do the same around here. I guess just bring it out to about there. That's probably okay, isn't it? That's squared off nicely, except for the bit that I missed right there. There we go. Yeah, all right. We'll come back that far. Square it off like that. And we'll see how that does. I mean, I assume this is going to continue to fill. Again, just very, very slowly. Oh, hello. Okay, that's good. Right. How are we doing over here? Difficult to tell, really. We are still losing depth, aren't we? Yeah, but not too bad. All right. So, if we close that one, allow this to fill up a bit more. I mean, we could allow it to fill pretty much right to the top, couldn't we? And then we can just open that up to let more through and run the power wheels off of that. All right, okay, so the question is whether we shrink this down to 2 tiles wide or open it up to 4 tiles and stick in 1 or 2 water wheels in that section. Don't know. Don't know yet. We'll have to think about that. All right. Let's spin on till we get the drought or bad tide warning. Okay, day 13 and there's the drought warning. That's fair. 3 days left. So this is rising. The water here is very slowly increasing. Over here, as you can see, the water is also rising. We are laying in the explosives. So that's good. We'll be able to open this up a little bit. Can't imagine this will overflow before those are set in, but it might do. Unlikely to happen before the drought. Yeah, okay, I think this might work. I'm surprised, but it might work. We could probably actually get rid of this zipline station and just decrease this whole area here. And just rely on this zipline station, which is the one that most of them are using anyway, for the moment. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're contaminated. There we go. You need to get yourself to a medical bed. There are plenty lying around. There's a couple up here. But we don't have any storage for antidote up here. Okay. Where are we? Antidote. There we go. We'll get that built up there as well. At the moment, we're not going to need to turn this on because we have, you know, plenty of antidote stored up. There's 40 in the herbalist at the moment, so that should be fine. Where's our contaminated beaver? Very slowly using the zip line. Tail flapping wildly in the breeze. Go on, get yourself to a medical bed. Right, day 15, 1 day before the drought arrives, and that water has started to overflow into here. So, that's good. That's definitely good. I've dropped the height of this floodgate, or these floodgates here, and these floodgates here. Hopefully that will allow that water to flow out without causing any problems. We've just got dams on here for the moment. So hopefully there shouldn't be any flooding issues. There haven't been so far, so I think we're all right. I guess we'll spin on to the start of the drought. Where's our contaminated beaver? Our contaminated beaver is sleeping. They are exhausted. I mean, sure. Life expectancy is 0. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. They are 39 years old. They might die before they're healed. They have got, or they have taken some antidote. Let's have a look. Quite a lot of antidote, in fact. That was full, as was that. So yeah, Oh, although 30 of it has come up here. All right, that's okay. So they've had, what, 4 antidote in the last sort of day or so. All right, that's fine. No idea if they're going to be okay or not. I guess we'll find out. Right. I will spin on till the morning then. And we'll see how bad the drought is going to be. Probably not very bad. Okay, there we go. 8 days. That should be fine. We shouldn't have too many problems with that. I've closed everything up. I've turned off our water pumps on this little section here. Yeah, we should be okay. That shouldn't be a problem. I've also closed that sluice there to maintain some of this bad water in here. Until we come in here and decide what we're going to do. Right, you know what? Let's chuck some levees down there and narrow this off. For the moment, we'll wait and see, once that's built, how much that restricts that flow. Where are you going? You're going to get... Oh, you're going to get wood from there so you can build those levees. All right, well done. Okay, we will end it there for this episode, I think. Up here, we've got some explosives to set off. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're kind of doing all right. I'm going to switch that off. Destroy those stairs like that. Yeah. I do think we'll probably want to get rid of this zipline station and just rely on this one, honestly. But first of all, we'll set these explosives off. So thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Please give us any comments down below. And please join us next time. Till then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. I'm trying to get into a spot where we can see these explosives. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.